Hey guys, Cameron with CBM Reviews, and I'm here to review the latest two episodes of Marvel's What If exclusively on Disney Plus. I will be giving out as few spoilers as possible, but I will be talking about the magnitude of what these two episodes have brought, and I'm gonna get started right now. Before we get going, thank you so much for clicking on this video. It means a whole lot to me. Do me a huge favor, click that like and subscribe button. It helps the channel out. We want to get to 1,000 subs at the end of the year. I don't know if I'm going to make it, but I'll definitely try. And if you want to know as soon as a video goes live, hit that notification bell. You'll know as soon as I upload. As I've been doing throughout this series, I've been reviewing every two episodes, and lately, as far as my experience, I have disliked or I haven't loved every odd episode, and I have absolutely enjoyed every even episode. Is this the time where this makes a difference? And the answer to that is no. I really disliked episode 7, which dealt with Thor, and oh my gosh, episode 8 is on a whole different level than all the other episodes. So let me talk about episode 7 first. It was my least favorite episode. And for reference, my least favorite episode before episode 7 came out was the very first episode that dealt with Peggy Carter becoming Captain Carter. The reason why I disliked that episode so much is that it followed a linear path for the most part of Captain America: The First Avenger. There were a few variations towards the end, but for the most part, you're not seeing anything too different from the movie. And I wanted that what if experience to not follow what we got so much. That's why I disliked the first episode. Now, this one definitely goes against type, but the tone of episode 7, I found too light, too frothy, too jokey. And I'm not saying that Thor can't be a jokey character. It works in Thor Ragnarok. However, for the tone of What If, there are a lot of things that just don't work for me. Now, so they talk about how Thor, the change here is that instead of Loki being brought up in Asgard as the son of Odin, he was returned to Jotunheim and raised by Laufey. And that caused Thor to be this uber Chad. I mean, there are different things that I can call him, but let's be honest. He goes from Thor, Odin's son, to Thor Uber Chad. That's essentially what happens here. And he comes to Earth after Odin goes into the Odin sleep and decides to hold this raging kegger. Is there any other thing that I can call it than that? No, there really isn't. Now, Jane Foster and Kat, no, I'm not, sorry, not Kat, Darcy, they are observing the anomalies or these things that are happening, and they're trying to contact S.H.I.E.L.D. saying, hey, there's some things going on you need to be made aware of. We're about to have an alien invasion, a lot like the first Thor movie, but that is pretty much where it deviates. I really disliked Thor in this. I was going to say not because of how he acted, but yeah, it really was because of how he acted. And, you know, there are some fun things going on. You see a lot of different alien races that have been depicted in a lot of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. You see Skrulls, I think you see some Kree, you see some characters from Thor Ragnarok, you see some characters from Guardian of the Galaxy, and that's all fine, that's all fun. But the two things that I have that I have a problem with is that when you change the thing that caused Thor to be a different character than what we see, that's what should be the variation. And we see a very deep variation in other things, specifically Jane. Let's be honest. It's specifically Jane. Jane does not act like somebody who has a doctorate. Jane does not act the same as she has acted in a lot of the other Thor movies. And therein lies the biggest issue for me. You can change Thor, and I may not like how he acts, but at least that's the deviation. That's the thing that makes this the what if story. But if you change everybody, then it breaks. So I didn't like that. And then the ending. The ending of this, without going into too much spoiler territory, because I'm really trying not to. It has a super crazy feeling. It's like Ferris Bueller's Day Off. Is Ferris Bueller's Day Off a great movie? Yes. Yes, it is. It's a fun movie. It's a fun romp about a kid taking the day off from school and doing pretty much what any kid would love to do on a day off. It just didn't work for me. If you love this episode, and I know somebody, I know somebody who is prominent in the comic book community. They actually work on comic books, and they're actually working on a new show that's coming out here in about a month and a half. Hit Monkey. He loved this episode. Shout out to TF. You're an awesome dude. However, it just wasn't my cup of tea. So I'm glad that if you did enjoy this episode, I'm glad you did. It just wasn't for me. So that's episode 7. Episode 8. Wow. What if Ultron essentially won? And it is, it definitely goes into Avengers 2, where the Avengers didn't, recapture the cradle that Vision was, essentially being cooked in, and Ultron was able to upload his consciousness into that vessel. They don't go into the specific details on how he was able to conquer everything, but you get the gist that, he was too much to overcome. And when it gets down to it, this is a tale of two conflicts. You have the conflict that is on the earthly side, with Hawkeye and Black Widow being pretty much the last 2 humans on Earth. And then you've got a more cosmic fight with this Ultron Vision and the Watcher. And the Watcher has been building up through the episodes into a more personifiable, into a more relatable character. And in this episode, he actually he goes there. He interacts. He breaks his oath. And I said I wasn't going to spoil stuff, but I can say this because the build-up, it is just so well done. And the fight scenes, specifically the cosmic fight scenes, oh my gosh. This episode 8, without going too much into spoiler territory, because I have spoiled a little bit, it is the bringing together of all of these separate episodes into one central, one unified fight. It really said, have you been enjoying these fun episodes and some of these dark ones as well? We're back. It is phenomenal. I was aghast at some things that happened and the scale in which they were willing to go with this episode. This episode here goes to a higher scale than any other episode that we've seen, including at episode 4 with Doctor Strange. It goes harder than that. If you skipped several episodes, you can go back and watch them, but this is the one you don't skip. This is the linchpin. This is it. Okay. That's kind of all I wanted to talk about. I've definitely been enjoying this series, and it looks like they're going to start building onto a season finale, if not a series finale. I don't know if What If was going to get a season 2. Fingers crossed, because if they're going to have this much fun with some of these movies, I would like to see what else that they bring down. So that is going to be my mostly spoiler-free review of episode 7 and 8 of What If. Let me know what you thought about these episodes if you watched them in the comment section down below. If you go, I can't talk tonight. If you've enjoyed this video, hit that like button. If you're new here, subscribe to the channel and share this with your friends. As always, this is Cameron with CBM Reviews. We will see you next time.